7:43, welcome back. October is National Bullying Prevention Month, a really important time, a time to highlight a problem that follows students far beyond just the school hallways, especially the digital age we're living in. Joining us is Rashain, Carriere-Williams, Executive Director of Boys Town. It's an organization that has spent over a century transforming the lives of children and families. If you're not familiar, you should be. Here to discuss how schools, parents, and even communities can tackle bullying in today's digital world. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
We're happy to have you. I think this is probably a topic that at some point every single parent, school, even as you mentioned, the community in general has to think about, but where you even start for a parent is overwhelming, and I know you guys help with that.
Yes, absolutely. Bullying has changed over the years, and so it's definitely something that's always been on the agenda, but it not only happens in the school, it a lot of times follows the kids home. Statistics say that 1 in 5 kids are bullied in school, and 1 in 6 are bullied online, and so it's a pervasive problem.
Yeah, that is hard, especially when you have screens all the time and your kids are looking at them, and I didn't grow up with the specific bullying on social media, but I mean, just for children nowadays, that's something that I know you guys focus on with preventative attention to.
Absolutely. We also find that heavy social media use contributes to sadness, depression, even increases the risk of suicide. And so it's very important for schools and parents to be on the same page, to focus not only on bullying, but specifically on cyberbullying.
And what are some of those tips that you have for parents or families?
Yeah, so definitely we want to start with the schools. Schools have to recognize that bullying has changed. And so looking at that code of conduct to ensure that they're holding kids accountable for in-person bullying, but also have systems in place to find and to also stop and prevent bullying from happening online. That can be looking at their devices, making sure there aren't anonymous apps where kids can access that. Also ensuring that they have a trained staff to respond when parents make complaints.
Okay, so starting with the school, I love that, and then it kind of trickles down. What happens if your kid comes home and is on social media and you recognize that they're being bullied?
So yes, as a parent, you are the first line of defense, right? And so we start with listening. We talk a lot about making sure that we have that relationship, having those open-ended conversations. We call maybe even talking about having a digital backpack, meaning just asking the kid, who are you online with? Who is in your group chat? The gaming systems you're on, who are you talking to? You want to be able to have your kid be comfortable having those conversations. And then when bullying is a problem, we want to act fast, right? You want to get evidence, you want to be able to work with the kids to find out the URL, to make screenshots, and then you and the child listening, talking to each other, and going to the school. Giving the evidence to the school, and then having those check-in meetings to ensure that the school is responding, whether it be counseling, whether it be some kind of restorative justice within the school, but you want to be on the same page with your child by opening up that line of communication.
Absolutely. And I want to ask too, what happens if you find out that your child is the bully? Is there a way to work with that?
Absolutely. At Boys Town, we believe that there's no such thing as a bad kid or a bad boy. There's a trigger. There's something that may have happened where the child learned to respond in a way that's bullying. And so you want to be open on both ends, because at the end of the day, you want the bullying to stop.
Absolutely.
And so working with your child, if she is the bully, if he is the bully, going to the school yourself as a parent, working together, again, listening and coming up with that plan.
I love that. And you all don't just tell people this advice. You're actually getting into the schools, into the homes, and you have programs and where they can access online as well, right?
Yes, we have programs at Boys Town. You can go online, boystown.org, to find out more about the services that we provide here in Boys Town, Louisiana. But we also have 24-hour access for any parent. We have a 1-800 number, a hotline that you can call, 1-800-448-3000. You can also text. We have a text line, text voice to 20121. And then we also have an app. If you go on yourvoiceyourlife.org, you have an app where a child can talk about all their concerns from bullying to depression, and they can get that assistance that way as well.
I love that, and sharing that on the screen now, just in case you want to take a quick picture so that you can access that, because we know as parents it does not stop. So 24 hours is a great tool to have there. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing and just educating us for this month.
Thank you. No parent should go through this alone, so we're here to help.
I love that. Thank you. Again, if your child or someone you know needs help, there are those resources. We're going to pull it up one more time on the screen for here. You can call the Boys Town National Hotline, that number there, text voice, and we also have all this information posted on our website as well, WLTV.com.